welcome back to my channel. So today I filmed this beautiful makeup look inspired by the one and only gorgeous Kim. I'm so happy. I don't know if I said this sometime in the video, but I'm so happy she started doing full faces again. It's just, she looks the best. Like, I love when she does like a proper like full glam. Anyway, so I loved it so much I copied her hair ish. I couldn't do it all the way to the top because man's is natural and it just wasn't quite blending. So that wasn't gonna fly, but you know, I pseudo did it with some nice baby hairs, you know, black edition, and beat my face, which I am loving. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna show you guys how I achieved this look. But before you watch, just like hit the like button because you're gonna like it anyway, like duh. So just like it before you get into it. Yeah, okay, bye. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna actually start with is my brows, and as we know, Kim has these very pronounced like HD brows, so I'm gonna get that now. So I'm just using a spoolie, and I'm using, I really don't know what this is. I want to say it's Maybelline, but it's just this thing called the brow, I think it's called the Brow Wiz. It's just in dark brown. It's a regular brow thing. Excuse me, this raining season has my sinuses all messed up. So this is what I do. I outline, you know, the shape of my brow that I want. I don't have very full brows, I never have. But yeah, the second side of this has like a little sponge tip that you can use to fill out your brows without having to use a pencil, so it doesn't look quite as like heavy. Ta-da! See the difference? What a brow difference, right? Okay, now that I've done my brows, next up I'm taking a little like, you know, angle brush just to clean up my brows. Okay, so after I've, you know, cleaned up my brows, I'm just gonna take this little spoolie thing and, you know, make sure that the color is all blended properly and it's not too heavy at the root. Next, to give my brows that HD kind of vibe, I'm gonna take this L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in the black, and I'm just gonna go over, it has, the brush is like super fine, so it can pick on your hairs. So I'm just gonna go over this super light. Just to like define my brow hairs, and they just look like a bit more like Beyonce's brows. You know what I mean? Damn Beyonce brows. So yeah, leave that to dry for about, I don't know, 15-20 seconds or whatever, so it's not super wet and like smudgy. And then just go back in with your little brow brush and pick those hairs and make sure that the top is straight. See how natural and real this look? Yeah. Okay, so next for the piece of Kim's look that everyone is loving is the eyes. I'm gonna start with just priming my eyelids with the NYX eyeshadow base, and this is just in the nude skin color. So I'm just gonna put that all over my eyelids, into the corner, right up into my brow bone, just the whole area really, just so I have a very good base. I looked online for so many pictures of Kim to try and find some with her like looking down, or where I could see the eye look a little better, to see what was on top, like what her shadow, her lids look like. But I couldn't find anything. All her pictures are her like looking up, and she was also wearing contacts, but that wasn't gonna fly, so nah. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend in all of that base, and then I'm just gonna set it with the powder. Okay, so for the look, I'm gonna start off with my Anastasia My Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. This is my go-to palette for every look. I pretty much start here all the time. And I'm just gonna get my all-around lid color from this palette. The shade I'm gonna start with is called, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's called Pookie. It's just like a very nudie kind of brownish basic color. And I'm just gonna take that all over from my crease, pretty much all over my eyelid as my base color. I found this look to be so gorgeous. I'm so glad Kim has started doing like full face beats again, because I think it really looks good on her skin, like her face shape. Okay, once I put this color all over my lid, I'm gonna go in with something a little bit darker and focus it on my crease. So the next color I'm taking is this one. It's called Buns. It's called Buns. And it's like a brownie red mauvey kind of color, and I'm just gonna put that focusing on my crease. So right here. Because I'm trying not to make this look too dark, because with Kim's look, it looks like it's a smoky eye, but it's actually not. It's just a really thick liner that's smudged out. So that's why I don't want to, you know, I don't want to change what she did. Next, I'm going to go in with the color Mocha. Sorry if you hear some tip tapping on my floor. My damn dog wouldn't just sit still. Jesus. So yeah, the color Mocha, and I'm putting this on the lower part of my eyelid. So that's like all in here. This Mocha color. I actually quite like this look like this. But it's crazy what some eyeliner can do, right? So I'm just taking my blending brush, going over in what I call the windscreen motion, and just blending it out, blending it out, blending it out, like that. Okay, next, for the important part of the look, I'm taking a flat brush, just a flat, you know, concealer, eyeshadow brush, and I'm going in with the color Black. So I'm taking this black, and I'm kind of almost drawing a line like I was doing eyeliner. So just kind of going right along here. Right along. You don't need to take it too far to the front, because you can use eyeliner for that, but because this bit is smudgy, eyeshadow just makes a lot more sense. And I would recommend doing one eye, getting it right, and then doing the other eye instead of doing them both at the same time. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so I've put some black eyeshadow, so I'm taking an even smaller brush. Just gonna stretch my eye out, and I'm just gonna blend this color out. Because you don't want this line to be neat, you want it to be, you know, quite smudgy. After that, I'm gonna keep going back and forth. I'm now gonna take my Kat Von D liquid liner and draw my eyeliner where I want it to be, so that I can smudge that out as well. So I've drawn my eyeliner. I'm just gonna fill it out like this, and then go back in with my small brush and smudge this. Bigger brush. It's actually easier to smudge with this bigger brush, I'm not gonna lie. I like to keep like a wipe handy so I can make sure this part remains clean, because this part needs to stay clean. and defined. It's just the top part that needs to be smudged out. So you're gonna just keep working on that, smudging it out. You can even get a slightly more fluffy brush. Smudge that out as much as you can. See, so you don't want this part to be defined at all. You want it to be very, very like bushy. Okay, so the next stage of the look is lashes, obviously, and unfortunately for me, I live in Nigeria where you can't get everything and it's so annoying. So I'm gonna have to use lashes a little bit different to the ones Kim used. I feel like she used Lily lashes in like Miami or something, or like Miami double, and that's ideally what I would have used, but I don't have that with me. So I'm just gonna go on with my Ardell Demi Wispies because that's what I've got, and hopefully it's enough. So I'm just gonna put those on and I'll be right back. Alright people, so I have gone and put my lashes on off camera, and I pushed them like as much up to the top as I can, like upwards as I can, to get that like look that Kim had with her lashes, you know, like geese. So that's kind of what I've done so far. Next thing is skin and face and foundation and all that, and I know Kim doesn't use any foundation. I mean, I know Kim doesn't use any primer. She only uses like illuminators. So I'm just gonna pop on MAC Strobe Cream, and I'm not gonna use any primer. So this is MAC Strobe Cream. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that on to give myself a bit of a glow under my skin. Put it like under here, and I just let that absorb into my skin for about a minute or so. Can you see the difference though? Like, come on guys, come on. Next I'm taking my damp beauty blender and my foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in Caramel Beige. Kim's look is quite full, like a full foundation, full coverage. I don't own any full coverage. Dog, I swear to God. I don't own any full coverage foundation because I've just like never really needed it. But I think this is like medium, this is like buildable. So I'll put on more than I usually do. And you know, hopefully I get that Kim thing. Okay, now that foundation is done, we're moving on to concealer, and for concealer I mix Biscuit and Ginger in the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So I'm just gonna pop that along the side of my nose to like reverse contour my nose a little bit, and then I'm gonna put on a lot more concealer than usual today because Kim is fully concealed, bruh. It's crazy like how much of a difference foundation concealer can make to your face, you know. Just right in. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean that up. It's because I'm filming, so I can't see all the angles of my face. To blend my nose contour, I'm just using this eyeshadow brush. It's like a buffing brush, and I'm actually just buffing this contour shade right along the edges of my nose. Next, we have to set this face. So I'm just gonna use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder underneath my eyes and underneath my cheekbones to clean that up and give it that dimension I was talking about. When I do my nose, I'm very careful to go right along my contour lines, so I get the most definition possible. And you know, Kim's nose is very thin. Okay, while this is setting, I'm now gonna go over my contour areas with the bronzer. My bronzer of choice today is the NYX matte bronzer. I say today, but it's my bronzer of choice every day because it's just the right shade of brown. This is the Deep Tan, and if I'm using Deep Tan, bruh. So I put that on a big brush and I just work it in from out to in because, you know, I want. Just gonna take that around the temples of my head, give me some color, you know. And then just to tie it all in together, I just take my L'Oreal True Matte Super Blendable Powder in the same shade as my foundation with a brush, and that's how I just dust off the remainder of all of this powder on my face. You like what you see, guys? We're almost there. We are almost there. We are almost Kim. Okay, so now the next stage of this look is to do the under eyes bit. Ideally, what I would need would be bottom lash extensions, but alas, I don't have those. So I'm gonna go back in with this Jaclyn Hill palette and this small brush, the small flat brush, to do the under eyes with black. Now be very careful, less is always more. So start small and like build up, otherwise you will mess up. Like, it's not even like if you will, you know, or when it's yeah, you definitely will. So yeah, I'm just gonna be super careful. Am I almost Kim? After that small brush, I'm going in with an angled brush also to blend out what I'm actually doing, so it doesn't look so neat. You don't want it to look neat. You want it to look like smudged. Okay, so I've done that now. I'm gonna take some black eyeliner and go in my waterline and then more towards the inside of my, what's this part called? My tear duct, and my tear duct. Right, so after this is done, you then want to put some, like I said, false eyelashes on the bottom preferably. But if you don't have that and you're like me, just some good old mascara. This is the Benefit Roller Lash, so it's quite elongating. Yeah. Okay, so the look is pretty much done. Kim's face was sort of like matte. She just had that like illuminator underneath. But I'm gonna not use blush, but maybe I'm just gonna put a bit of a highlight on just to give myself, you know, a little bit more of a kick. So to keep it simple, I'm just gonna use Huda Beauty's Desert Sands Golden Sands Edition highlighter set. I'm just gonna use Seychelles and Tahiti, which is what I usually use, with one of these brushes. So I'm just gonna, you know, take some Seychelles. This really just needs 1 or 2 sweeps. You see? So that's why I picked it, because it's subtle enough, but it's, you know, it also has a bit of a kick. Boy. And with Tahiti, I'm going to use this fluffy angled brush because it's more of a bronzer, and just to put that, you know, here. Yes, honey. Okay, the last step of the look is the lips, and Kim had like a brown eyeliner with like a nude in the middle. So eyeliner, lip liner. So I'm just gonna take this brown. It's from, this is the 1000 Kisses from Maybelline. I actually think this is what she used. This or one of Kylie's. So I've got it extra sharp, and I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I might make my lips a little bit more glossy than she did, because I personally just really like a glossy lip. Okay, so that's that. For the nude color, I'm using Viva Glam Gaga Amplify. This was the Lady Gaga collection, so you're definitely not gonna find it now. This was like circa 2012 or something, so it's old school makeup, but I do this combo a lot and I haven't done it in a while, so when Kim did it, I was like, girl, you be knowing. So anyway, I'm just gonna take this and put it in the center of my lip. And I'm gonna take my lip brush and just blend this in together. Okay guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it and you like it and you think it looks like Kim's makeup and you know, you think I look like Kim, the Nigerian Kim or something, or whatever, I don't know. But this was really fun to do. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I really like this look. I will probably do it like again over and over and over. So please give this video a please give this video a thumbs up, you know, like, leave a comment, like a nice comment, subscribe, you know, show some support and let me know that you guys appreciate what I'm doing, etc, etc, and I will see you in my next video, so stay tuned. Bye.